All right, so this is a 2020 batch of Larceny Barrel Proof. This is the B520, which is the fan favorite.
Yeah.
The most sought after one.
Already, this has so much more complex of a nose than the regular Larceny that we tried the other day.
If you smell it, it immediately smells sweet, and you don't think that it's complex until it starts to unfold, like, after the initial smell.
Right,
Like,
it takes more than one.
Yeah, you take one sniff, and you're like, oh, that smells like a sweet bourbon.
And then you smell it, and you start getting
You get
cinnamon,
butter, you get cinnamon, you get brown sugar, ton of brown sugar.
Yeah. I get a little bit of caramel, but not like...
It
doesn't stand out as much as it does in some of the other
It's like
stuff.
the vanilla brown sugar sweetness, and not a whole lot of the caramel sweetness.
Because it is very sweet. The nose is very sweet.
And this is 122.2 proof.
And it's
worth noting.
There is no spice whatsoever. There's not a lot of oak and there's not a lot of spice. That is literally all
it's
the
reminiscent of, it's like the Rebel 10, but the other kind of sweetness, the other kind of spicy smell. Whatever you got hints of in the Rebel and most of in that, it's the opposite for this.
I will say, if it's anything like the Rebel, there is no spice on this either. It's the sweet end of, yes.
Which is why I wanted to trade for this model.
But if he does it, you're going to see rust with product. It's going to be rotated around, and maybe that'll jumpstart somebody, get some luck going.
Very sweet. For the proof, not a lot of heat.
Not yet. For 122
You get a lot of warmth, but not a lot of heat.
It's warm, but there is no heat. Like there's a very, very, very good Kentucky oven.
This is like, yeah, agreed.
Well,
this is like, this is a pour a glass of type of. This isn't something you need to water down.
No,
This isn't something that needs a rock. You can drink this neat, and it's not overbearing.
Which is hard for a lot of barrel proofs to do. Like there's a lot of barrel proofs where you're gonna put it on a rock because the heat is just too much.
Like I know you're like that with Booker's. I personally, I don't need to.
Booker's I'll drink neat. Booker's I will drink neat.
Okay, fair.
But like Jack Daniel's barrel proof, I put that on a rock.
Yeah, I drink that neat, but
you're also insane.
So are you.
The
so
flavor
what are you on?
I'll put it to you this way: the flavor on Jack Daniel's barrel proof is divine, but it's also the hottest whiskey I have ever drank.
Very fair. And again, that's why I didn't need to water it down. I like that heat.
Fair enough.
That heat is like, I almost need that because it gives that warmth.
And as this one opens up, this one also has like a cashew peanut. It doesn't have pistachio, but it does have a cashew peanut.
It's definitely more peanut. It's not as intense as it is for Jim Beam product or for Bradshaw, which Bradshaw is a peanut bomb.
Oh, Bradshaw is so much peanut.
It's so delicious, but it's such a peanut bomb.
Bradshaw is without a doubt sourced from Jim Beam.
It has to be.
If it's not,
they don't say. Actually, I don't know that it is. I looked on their distillery's website. This says that they distill it.
That's a load.
I don't know.
Doubt that. I
don't
highly doubt that. Well, they don't have an age statement on it, so maybe not.
Right.
Like, I actually don't know how old Bradshaw is.
Yeah, I can't wait to do a video on that one, because I will be. But, back to this. This is like...
It's sweet, it's nutty. Actually, I do get hazelnut on this one. I think that's what it is. There's a lot of hazelnut with peanut.
I get more hazelnut than peanut.
But that's how you know it's not a Jim Beam product.
There's a peanut... There's more peanut on the finish. But on the palate, it's more hazelnut and pistachio and cashew.
And again, I will say this is a very good bourbon, and for $50, it's a superb bourbon.
Absolutely.
And for a barrel proof,
I say
it's a superb barrel proof.
For a barrel proof, like I would never have guessed if you had told me. Like I would never have guessed this is 120 proof.
No, this is.
And you wouldn't guess that this was regular. This is worlds different than regular Larceny.
Oh, absolutely.
So much. And I like Larceny for what it is because it's meant to not be anything that stands out too much. It's meant to be a superb, solid daily drinker that doesn't have anything too complex. This has all of those complexities.
Yeah, no.
And they're solid.
The only complaint that I have about it is that it was missing something for me that it made me want to reach for other bottles over it. Other barrel proofs, other wheaters. Right. For some reason, as good as this is, it's missing something that made me want to reach for other bottles. And that's why I made that trade.
And it is worth noting. Yeah, I should add, I'm trading this, or I'm getting this bottle, and he's getting a bottle of Johnny Drum, which is made by Willet. And I like both, but that just shows how the different the taste is. I like this a lot more, and he liked the Johnny Drum a lot more.
Yeah, the Johnny Drum is my go. Like, I never expected a bourbon to be that sweet, and it's that sweet.
Without being overbearing.
Yeah, this one, although I will say this Larceny Barrel Proof is one of the best mouthfeels of a bourbon I've ever had. With
Agreed.
how thick it is, it without a doubt is one of the best.
I wish I
mouthfeels
could
of
get
all
my
time.
hands on the A121 and the C920, just to compare the three.
Apparently, the A120 was not good.
The A120 was okay.
It was okay.
The C920 started out bad, and as you let it open up, took second place.
I've actually, according to bourbon, like our bourbon on Reddit, there's a lot of contention between if B520 or C920 was better.
Really?
There's a lot of argument.
I need to try C920 then, because I've heard that this one is still the best.
Yes, there's a lot of argument between people on our bourbon about B520.
It's amazing how the batches can be so dramatically different.
Oh yeah, no, look at Elijah Craig. Like, A120 was good, but people were like, B520 is the best. Hands down, it is the best. And I've been trying to find a bottle of it. It never came to PA. So maybe that's what I'm going to try and trade my 2 bottles
Hey,
for.
there you
I'll
go.
see if I can possibly do it.
I would love to try it, for sure.
I'm going to go on to our, like, Reddit. There's a whiskey trading Reddit. And I'm going to put up and just say I'm looking for Elijah Craig Barrel Proof 520. And put up both of those bottles for it. Because I'll trade both of them for that bottle.
Yeah,
Like,
easily.
Elijah Craig, in and of itself, is a good bourbon. The only reason I don't buy plain Elijah Craig is just because I like Knob Creek better.
Right.
It's the
And
same.
I always have a pint of the Elijah Craig on hand, because there's always that time I want it.
Yeah, Elijah Craig is a phenomenal bourbon, and like every product they make is phenomenal.
But there's just others that
There's
make
others
it more
that-
phenomenal.
Yeah.
For the price point, it has competitors, and
Right.
with those competitors, the only reason
It's
was
just difference in taste.
at that point, yeah, it's a palate difference. Like Knob Creek 9-year is my favorite standard bourbon of like any of the options of standard bourbons.
Absolutely.
Like between Buffalo Trace, Elijah Craig, Wild Turkey 101, like,
And I would say Larceny for the weeded stuff.
and Larceny, like Maker's Mark. Of all of them, they're all in the same price point between 20 and 30 bucks. Knob Creek is still my favorite.
Right.
And I'm not going to knock on the quality of any of them because they're all quality drinks.
Right, it's just they're all for
Absolutely.
different.
It's just
They're all for different tastes.
Exactly.
And that's why, like, my taste is clearly geared toward regular Larceny, because you two aren't the biggest fans of it. I love it.
Exactly.
This barrel proof, this is something completely
This
fucking
is
different.
Oh yeah.
This is like,
Even people who say they don't like Larceny will like Larceny Barrel Proof.
100%.
Like, as
Because
long as you like Barrel Proof bourbon.
Yeah, exactly. Because all of the flavor you want to come out in that Larceny comes out in this. The water, the diluting it during that process gets rid of a lot of the flavor you wish it had.
Absolutely.
And I mean, it still has enough for me, but it clearly doesn't have enough for everybody. But this, I mean, you don't have, yeah, if you don't like regular Larceny, I'd still say give this a try. This is,
Absolutely. I didn't like regular Larceny. It didn't do anything for me. It was fine. It wasn't offensive. It just didn't do much for me. This is a really superb bourbon.
that Kentucky Hub is
And here-
phenomenal.
Oh, it is. It's really
man.
good. And I have to say too, that, hell yeah, Penn scored. Anyways, the other thing about this too is that this is only the second batch of their barrel proof. A120 was only okay because it was the very first batch they ever made of the barrel proof.
Right.
They had no idea what they were
Like, that
doing.
has my hopes up that future batches
Are gonna get better.
be really good, because their first barrel proof was 2020. This is brand new to them.
Honestly, I'm about to buy, like, as soon as I'm able to, a bottle of A121. Just because it is still good. And I know that they've been improving on it. That's why there's
Right.
contention about C920 and B520.
Because it improved over time versus, like, improved over the time it took them
Yeah.
to formulate these.
Yeah.
But
So,
this
like,
is- I'm so glad we made this trade.
oh, I am too.
Like, I like the Johnny Drum, but I'm more than willing to part with it over this.
And I feel the exact same way about the Johnny Drum versus this. Like, the Johnny Drum has, I'm not gonna lie, I think Johnny Drum has the best nose on a bourbon I have ever had.
I think I can agree with that.
It has the best
Now,
nose, and the flavor hits me right.
Right. I was gonna say the flavor is where it falls a little bit short for me, but that's me personally, because I know that, again, everyone's taste is different. Like, it's one of those things where I taste it and I know the quality's there, and I know that if that's your taste, it's perfect. It's just like this.
Yes.
Where if that's your taste, it's perfect. It's hard to beat this for the price, but that needs to be your taste.
Yes.
I think I'm going to be side with Max on this one, though. Like, 'cause I tried that, and I remember liking it, but I don't remember loving it. I remember it being something that I was like, it's good, but I would drink this.
See,
over
like,
John
I've noticed my
John all
taste
day.
lines up with both yours in, like,
Weird
different
ways.
spots.
Yeah.
Like,
And that's the thing about bourbon.
I like ryes more than you do,
Yeah, you do like higher rye. Well, except for Knob Creek.
except for Knob Creek. I like ryes more, because I was going to say I wasn't the biggest fan of Knob Creek rye.
Oh, Knob Creek
It's
rye is my
good.
favorite rye.
Alright, I can put this here.